Hello, thank you for inviting me to share a harvest reflection with you. My name is Alan, and I am a chaplaincy volunteer for Community and Mental Health, Somerset Foundation Trust. Harvest festivals continue to be a very important event in community life, in church and in school. It's also important in villages where the harvest home brings several hundred people together for a procession, followed by a hearty meal in a marquee or the village hall. Celebrations often continue in the evening with singing and dancing. One of my favourite poems, which is often read at harvest, is The Diary of a Church Mouse by John Betjeman. Here among long discarded cassocks, damp stools and half-split open hassocks, here where the vicar never looks, I nibble through old service books. Lean and alone I spend my days behind this Church of England bays. I share my dark forgotten room with 2 oil lamps and half a broom. The cleaner never bothers me, so here I eat my frugal tea. My bread is sawdust mixed with straw. My jam is polished for the floor. Christmas and Easter may be feasts for congregations and for priests. And so may Whitsun. All the same, they do not feel my meagre frame. For me the only feast at all is autumn's harvest festival, when I can satisfy my want with ears of corn around the font. I climb the eagle's brazen head to burrow through a loaf of bread. I scramble up the pulpit stair and gnaw the marrows hanging there. It is enjoyable to taste these items ere they go to waste. But how annoying when one finds that other mice with pagan minds come into church my food to share, who have no proper business there. 2 field mice who have no desire to be baptized invade the choir. A large and most unfriendly rat comes in to see what we are at. He says he thinks there is no God, and yet he comes. It's rather odd. This year he stole a sheaf of wheat. It screened our special preacher's seat. And prosperous mice from fields away come in to hear our organ play. And under cover of its notes, ate through the altar's sheaf of oats. A low church mouse who thinks that I am too papistical and high, yet somehow doesn't think it wrong to munch through harvest evensong, while I, who stare the whole year through, must share my food with rodents who, except at this time of the year, not once inside the church appear. Within the human world I know such goings on could not be so, for human beings only do what their religion tells them to. They read the Bible every day, and always night and morning pray, and just like me, the good church mouse, worship each week in God's own house. But all the same, it's strange to me how very full the church can be with people I don't see at all, except at harvest festival. I enjoy how the mouse says, "For me the only feast of all is autumn's harvest festival." The poem encourages us, like the mouse, to enjoy and be thankful for all that sustains us in our lives. For the beauty of creation, food to nourish us, water to refresh us, clothing to keep us warm. Harvest is also about remembering those who work on the land, those places where people work not just to provide for our needs, but also for those who love and care for us. Many people remember the harvest hymn, We plough the fields and scatter the good seed on the land. I now invite you to listen to a version with me. Today, let us also remember those who live in countries where the harvest has failed and where people look to us for our support and generosity. Harvest is the opportunity to say thank you for the gifts and talents that God has given to us. Let us share the harvest with those who are in need, both at home and abroad. I wish that wherever your circumstances are, that this autumn and harvest brings you opportunities to rejoice and feel blessed. Thank you for listening and sharing this harvest reflection with me. Thank you.